Hi, this is Sue for Parkies and Me, My Journey with Parkinson's. I've had some quite reflective days lately, thinking about life, what the future holds, and all those sorts of things. And then I pulled myself up short, and I thought, I've always said I'm not going to think of the end game too much. And by end game, we all have an expiry date. Unfortunately, none of us can live forever. I thought I'd turn it around and think about the life that I have lived and the things I have achieved. The fun things. You can forget work. I don't think I will ever look back on work and go, oh gosh, I did that, a good bit of work there. I think my favourite memories and things I've achieved has been outside of work, really. So looking back on the life that I've lived, I've done some fun things with my husband particularly. So I've done some great things, some exciting things, some fun things with my husband. And I thought, rather than looking at my bucket list, which insinuates there's not much time left, I thought I'd look at actually putting into the bucket rather than taking it out of the bucket. It was a good memory for me, being in a kayak. When I was a teenager, I lived in Rotorua, and there was a place called Hamarana Springs. And we used to go there kayaking. Myself and my friends would bike out there, we'd bike around the lake, we'd bike for hours and then go kayaking and bike some more. And my husband and I went to Rarotonga, and the place where we stayed had free kayaks that we could borrow. We decided to borrow a couple of kayaks. You could see the coral and the fish, and we were creating a memory for us, my husband and I, but it also brought back that memory of when I was 13 with my friends, kayaking in Rotorua. Gosh, my voice is bad today. So I would put that memory in that bucket and see how long it takes to fill it up. The other thing that I've done with my husband is we've been to Queenstown, and we've done all the tourist things. We've done the luge way above Queenstown, so that's been really fun. And I hadn't done that as a child, but it was fun, and my husband and I had a ball. And actually, I remember you get a better deal when you buy more than one trip on the luge. And my husband just asked for one. He said, oh, I'll do it once. I probably won't enjoy it. And I said, you should get the package. And I know you'll love it. So he went the first time, and I met him at the bottom of the slope. And he obviously absolutely loved it. He goes, I'm going to sign up for 3 more. And I said, yeah, I thought you would. So, yeah, that was a really good memory. And that's one that I can put in the bucket. I didn't have an earlier experience to add to it, but it still goes in the bucket. It helps to fill my bucket of joy. We've been White River jet boating, also in Queenstown. We've done it several times, and it's so much fun. And we've done it several times, just the two of us. We'll pop those in the bucket to fill our bucket of joy. We've been overseas. We've had trips to England, as my husband is English, and we've stayed with family a lot, which helped the budget, I can't lie. It's always good to get free accommodation if you're going somewhere. But also, we love our family and we go to visit them. So when we're in England, we've walked in a place called the Lake District. We stayed in Ambleside, and just in an Airbnb, and it was lovely. We did some lovely long walks that took us most of the day. And I don't know whether I'll ever get back to full strength to be able to do that again. I'd like to try to do some of it, but I probably couldn't do a whole day like I used to. So I will put in the bucket of joy that I hope to be able to do, walking in the Lake District if I can. If not, I've got those memories to sustain me. One thing that we did last time we went to the UK, we hired a canal boat, just the two of us, and we had about a 10-minute, if that, lesson on how to use the boat and how to tie knots to secure the boat. And yeah, we had, I think, 5 or 6 days on the canal, and this was especially for me. It was something that I really wanted to do. My husband is really good at doing itineraries. He works out our itineraries. He's amazing. He works it out. We do consult, obviously, but he works out things that we can fit in and where they are and things, because I have zero geographical knowledge of England, so you couldn't tell me which bit was where near something else. Yes, so he plans the itinerary, but I said to him, I'm happy for you to plan the itinerary. That would be great because you're good at it, But the one thing that I want to do above all else is I want to do the canal boat. So the good thing about the canal boat trip that we did was that it wasn't a canal with locks. They're the sort of gates that hold back the water. It's quite hard to explain, but it can be quite tricky. And because I had a sore knee that was waiting for another operation, a knee replacement, I didn't really have the ability to get in and out of the boat to try and operate these locks. So this canal boat that we hired was on the Lancaster Canal, and it was glorious. We worked really well as a team. We enjoyed just being together, the two of us, and it was beautiful scenery, and I got to drive the boat, and it was great. So I'll put that in the bucket of joy that I'm collecting. I have so many fond memories of that time on the canal, but I know that was a one and only. I won't be able to do that again. It's too hard now, and I'm sustained by that memory, so that memory can go into the bucket of joy. Bike riding. I rode a bike when I was a teenager. I used to ride my bike to school. I'd ride out to spend time with my friends. We went to Hamarana Springs and did some kayaking, just spending some time together and having a laugh. And Hamarana Springs actually isn't there anymore, not as we remember it. That goes in the bucket of joy as well, bike riding. But I have bought myself a new e-bike, which I've had for a couple of years now. Unfortunately, I haven't been able to ride it because of my various maladies. That can go in the bucket of joy, but I'm planning on riding it again, so I'll make space in that bucket for my e-bike riding, because I not only have memories of riding my e-bike, but I am determined to ride it again. I think when people think of a bucket list, it smacks of somebody thinking that their time is nigh, that they're not going to be around for much longer. This bucket list is not a list of things I must do before I shuffle off this mortal coil. It is just an acknowledgement of the things that have given me joy over the years that I can put in a bucket of joy and take out to look at when I need to. Talking about the bucket of joy and taking things out brings up a memory that is a little bit left field, but my second son had this thing of, he loved to go through this big container that I had full of buttons of all shapes and sizes and colours, and he loved going through them, and we'd go through them together, and he just loved doing that, and we'd just chat, enjoying spending time together. That's the flavour of my bucket of joy. I dip into it and say, remember when we did that canal boat trip? That was amazing. Remember when we walked in the Lake District? That was incredible. Remember when we went kayaking in Rarotonga? I loved it. Now, my husband and I are planning a trip to Rarotonga this year. I'm hoping that this pain problem of mine won't get in the way of that. Look, I've been trying to control my croaky throat all through this. It just is what it is. It's a Parkinson's throat. And if I don't record when I've got this, I'd never do it. So I'll carry on. So where was I? Yeah, we're going to Rarotonga, hopefully, if my pain and operation issues are sorted in time. And like I said, we've kayaked in Rarotonga, but I'm not sure that I would be up for that now. I'm not sure that I would be safe getting on one or able to get off one safely. So yeah, maybe that's going to remain a memory that I can take out of the bucket of joy and remember the times when I did do it, and therefore I don't need to do it again. So I think there are other things that I could put in this bucket of joy. I remember walking with my children through the forest when they were young, and that was a golden moment for me. Just a simple walk through the forest with my kids. I have done it again with my granddaughters, been on bushwalks and things like that, and a new generation building memories to follow on from when I went walking with their parents. I haven't had so much time to do it with my grandsons, but I know that's something I can do in the future. So I'll pop that in my bucket of joy as well. The joy of spending time with my kids, my grandchildren. I think there are many things that we take for granted that can go in our bucket of joy if we think about it. My bucket of joy is filled up also with the joy of making new friends. I have always found it difficult to make new friends. I don't know why, it's just how I am. But since I retired joyfully, in May last year now, I started playing bowls, and it's something I always said that I'd do when I retired. So let's pop that in the bucket of joy. It gives me great joy when I'm on the bowling green to be able to share that with people and carry on where my family members left off. Yes, I've always wanted to do it, so that goes into the bucket of joy, of something that I'm joyful about. The only thing is, at the moment, I can't actually indulge in playing bowls because of my pain issues and my mobility issues. But the joy is the fact that the ladies that I've met and made friends with in such a short time have proven to be real friends. They have picked me up and taken me to bowls so that I can just be there and watch and be part of it. And they've done that week after week, and it's been very much appreciated to keep me in contact with the bowling club, to feel that I belong. So the bowling club and my bowling friends will go into that bucket of joy. I remember when my mum played bowls. I don't think she played for very long, and I used to go after school with her, and she'd play in the afternoon sometimes. And I enjoyed going down there and chatting to all the ladies and watching Mum bowl, and it was a nice moment to go to bowls with my mum. I also remember when I came down one time to see Mum and Dad, and I brought my bowls with me, and Dad and I went and had a roll up at his club, and it was lovely. And that's a golden bucket of joy moment, that I'm carrying on that tradition of my family playing bowls, and I'm playing it because I love it anyway. So rather than thinking of having a bucket list, that's a long list of things you want to do before you pass, I want to have a bucket of joy, of joyful reminiscence of things I've done over the years with my husband, with my family, with friends, and I think that bucket will soon fill up. And then, when it's getting near full, it will never be empty, because I will take something out of that bucket of joy, experience it, talk about it with others, reminisce, and then put it back for another day. I think that's the sort of bucket list that I want. One that never ends, one that's there to dip into on blue days when things are tough. I'll dip into my bucket of joy and remember all the wonderful things that I've experienced. So yeah, I've been very croaky this afternoon, and I apologise for that, but no amount of throat clearing is sorting it out. Maybe if you're in a reflective mood or you're feeling a bit down, maybe think about doing your bucket, not your bucket list, your bucket of joy, the things you're grateful for, the memories you can celebrate, the things that you have to modify perhaps. Maybe I can still do my bike rides, but not as far as I would have, and maybe not on my own. Maybe we can make some adjustments so that we can still do at least a part of these things that brought us joy. So yes, I wish for you that you can do the same as me, and I wish for myself that I can remember to do this as well, to have a bucket of joy that I've added to, that I dip into from time to time and hold them up and go, that's a memory that I enjoy, and hold it up and think, that was something that gave me joy. So may you have your own bucket of joy that sustains you at times when things get rough, or just when you're in a reflective mood. Fill that bucket of joy with everything that you've experienced, and maybe a few new things along the way as well. This has been Sue with a croaky throat that will not clear, no matter how many times I try, for Parkies and me, my journey with Parkinson's. Please come along for the ride, and I hope you'll enjoy it. Kia kaha, be brave, be strong, be you.